I agree. No. I think another thing about it is it works, as somebody said earlier, maybe, I can't remember. It works on many levels. We put stuff, and that was the intention, we tried to put stuff in the show for little kids to enjoy, you know, like if you're 5, you look at it, oh, colourful, cute, funny, zany. And then when you get a little older, it's like, oh, I'm starting to get some of these gags. And then you watch it when you're 27, and it's like, oh my God, that was a double entendre. They're being really rude. Oh my God, and I never got that when I was. So I think you can keep coming back. I get this a lot. People come up to the booth and they say, you know, I watched it when I was 5, and then I watched it when I was 12, and then I watched it when I was 30, and it's awesome. It's still good, you know. So I think it's not just a 2D show. It works on many levels, and we put something in there for everybody. And I think that means, you know, you can watch it, rewatch it, you can bring it to new people, you can show it to new people, and they go, oh my God, this is a really good show.
So this is more a question for Gary. I know you're a bit of, Gavin. I know you're a bit of a Canucks fan. And Canucks all the way.
Absolutely.
I want to know what you think of Schneider being the starter goalie.
Careful, Gavin. I feel really bad for Luongo because I love the guy, and I think he's an awesome goaltender. And I think the decision to put him in, and Corey too is a great guy and an awesome goaltender. It's like, I think when you're winning and you have 2 number 1 goalies, it's great. When you lose a few games and you've got 2 number 1s, it becomes a huge theatre in the media. And I think as a coach, you play the hot goaltender. You're in the playoffs, you play the hot guy. So, and the team, for some reason, for whatever reason, seem to play better in front of Schneider than they do in front of Luongo at the moment. And I don't know why, I can't explain that. But, you know, you play the hot goal. And I feel really bad for Bobby Lucas, he's awesome. So they... Emotional roller coaster. Let's go.
I just wanted to ask you guys, what were some of your challenges starting out with the show? Like your biggest challenge?
I think we heard Sharon's first job. Shirley?
With the show, well, for me, it was getting it, because I didn't know computers. That was my first lesson in computers. A mouse is a girl, isn't it? Anyway, no. The character, for me, of hexadecimal, once I put it all together, what all we were, I didn't want her to be, she could have gone a really ugly way, which I think it did for some people. But one of the biggest challenges was keeping a giggle, a sense of humor through all that happened. And I think the entire cast did that, actually. You can comment, Gary, if you, I don't know whether you had a sense of humor all the way anyway. You know exactly what I mean.
No, I don't know anything. I just go do the show and say the lines. They like it. No, it's, I think finding the character was the biggest challenge, and the chemistry between Hack and Slash, because they had to be sort of alike but different, and their mindset had to be the same. So we had to work out some kind of a dialogue, an improv dialogue, to make the dialogue work. And then we sort of got this thing about, no, just improvise the dialogue, just make it up. And then we'll do the regular script, and we'll do the improvised script, and then we'll just sort of pick and choose what we want. So we get away with horrible things like that were sort of risque back then, but pretty tame now with things like Family Guy and American Dad. You know, and we said, "You are touching me in a place that makes me uncomfortable. It's dark. I don't like to be held. Not touching me. You are touching me. I don't like it when you touch me." You know, those things. Then they left them in the script. But I was going, ooh, but we might not get away with this. But that was, I think, I can't speak for all the other characters, but that was one of the biggest challenges for us, was finding the balance between between humor and...
Yeah, we always went for a palette of voices. On every show we did, actually, we always tried to get, we didn't want all the voices to be the same, we wanted a palette of voices. Tone and delivery, and, you know, so, yeah, that was finding the right balance for that was always important on every show that we did. No, I know she does, but I know you meant technically. I know you meant technically for like getting the show off the ground, but I don't want to just sit here and be the only guy talking when I've got these people here. So I deliberately skewed it towards creative.
It's still interesting.
It's
Still
absolutely.
hear it, though.
Absolutely. Technically, I mean, we were our own worst enemy because we always pushed the envelope. You know, here's software that can do this. Okay, push it. Can it do this now? You know, okay, we're delivering stuff like this. Now let's deliver stuff like this. So we were always our own worst enemy, and particularly in the old days, getting the shows out the door. You know, it was 24/7 sleeping under the desk kind of thing.
That's what I was gonna say. Was that if not that necessarily sleeping under the desk, but when I joined, there was no 9 to 5 and let's take an hour lunch break, and they lived and ate and breathed and slept this. You know, it was. I mean, I've given birth to 2 children, and I might argue it was harder for them.
Thank you.
First off, I'd just like to say the hexadecimal 3D ride at Palladium was amazing. But my actual question is, when you decided somehow to go, like, amazing choice to go to the darker tone when Enzo and Andrea were growing up, but what actually inspired that decision to go from like a children's show to Mad Max, basically?
I don't know if that was the actual decision we made. I don't know, we like telling, the first few seasons were very Saturday morning cartoon for ABC, so we were it was all standalone episodes, no big arcs, but as a storyteller, you always want to tell that bigger story, where episodes link together to tell, you know. So season 3, when we got the chance to do season 3, because there was a bit of a break between 2 and 3, and when we got the chance to do season 3, we had like lead time to plan. Technically, we'd got our act sorted out. So now it was about the storytelling. So we had time to plan. You know, we're going to do, each episode will stand alone, but 4 will link together to form a little arc, and then all 16 will link together to form a big story. Plus, we left ourselves up the creek when we fired Bob into the web. At the end of season 2, so it's like, well, it's all about Bob. Bob's the hero, but Bob's not there, so it was all about bringing Bob back into it and stuff. And as a writer, as a creator, you just want to tell bigger stories, and bigger stories usually get a little bit darker and a little bit more grown up. And I guess we were growing up with the show, and our audience was growing up with the show.
What is your favorite episode?
That's a good one.
What's your favorite episode? Okay, my favorite episode. I can't remember what it's called. What's the favorite episode? What was the one where huh?
Describe.
Hack and slash. They're supposed to go and kill
Cyrus.
Huh?
We're supposed to kill Cyrus.
They're supposed to kill Cyrus, which was me. I was Cyrus. And I said, I don't want to do this. I'm not bad. We're not bad. We're not evil. I'm not going to fight. I said, no, you got to do it. Megabyte will kill him. I don't care if Megabyte kills us. I'm not going to do it. And we decided to go over to the good side. And I think the line was, I respond.
That was a turning point for Hack and Slash when they stopped just being henchmen and became part of the core cast. What was the episode, Jacob? Game Over. There you go. So Gary's favorite episode is Game Over.
Game over.
My favorite episode, oh goodness me. I think I've got a short list. Number 7's on it. Bad Bob is on it because it rocks. But yeah, probably number 7 because it's just so out there. It's a reference to the prisoner.
Remember the opera one?
Oh, that was the end.
Remember the opera one? The Gilbert and Sullivan kind of opera?
Yes!
Remember the opera episode? because I also am a singer. I do a lot of singing. It was the only episode I wasn't in.
And I come from musical theater, and it's the only episode I wasn't in.
It's not around yet. I like that. You can't handle the twos. I like that.
Oh, Icons. That was where you reboot, well, your character rebooted as Xena Warrior Princess.
Yes. And I like the Western one. At the end of the Western one, that had the Star Wars armor.
Oh, the episode with no name.
Thank you. I'll be here left.
Yes, sir.
I'm just wondering, I guess you guys will accept this as our fans were when ABC pulled the plug on Reboot.
Yes. Answer yes.
In a word.
Was the content of the show in question, or ABC just got sick and tired of seeing something that was Canadian and not superior to their stuff?
A little from column B, definitely. I mean, I'm not representing anybody up here, so I can say anything I like, and if I get assassinated, you'll know who did it. The reason we were dropped from ABC was bought by Disney. Bought by Disney.
Oh yeah, Disney. Yes, you know Disney.
You better watch, you're a working actor, so you've got to watch what you say.
What?
You're a working actor, so you have to be careful what you say.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Disney bought ABC, and Disney were planning to do their own CG shows, so they said, get rid of this Canadian rubbish. And that was the bottom line. And the thing that makes me laugh my ass off is it took them about 7 years to produce their own show.
I'm just wondering how many of you were upset when you turned that set